What's up, y'all? So, yesterday we covered the who of fasting. Today we want to cover the what. What is fasting? And simply put, fasting is abstaining from food to draw nearer to God. So, I literally did this morning. I looked through every single instance of the word fast in the scriptures. And the way we see it, there are 67 instances. And each one of them have something to do with food. And so we can believe that fasting is an abstaining from food in order to draw nearer to God. And I just wanted to draw like a little distinction between like fasting and abstaining, right? So if I went to my doctor today and he was like, yo, I need you to fast for the next 24 hours because we need to do a little procedure. And I showed up the next day with some Chick-fil-A in my hand. He's gonna be like, yeah, I thought you're supposed to be fasting. And he would look at me so crazy if I was like, oh yeah, I was doing a social media fast, right? Like fasting is from food, right? And the reason I emphasize that is because the fasting is a spiritual discipline, right? Like we see in Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, right? It's the pinnacle of his preaching in a lot of ways. And he gives us 3 spiritual disciplines to focus on. He says, when you pray, right? When you give, and when you fast. And so fasting is something specific, right? And so when we ask the question, what is fasting, right? I'm gonna give us a definition, okay? Fasting is incorporating our body into a holistic hungering for God. I'm gonna say it again. Fasting is incorporating our body into a holistic hungering for God. And hear me, y'all, like abstaining is good, right? Like it's like this, right? It's the difference between me reading my Bible, which is good in a spiritual discipline, and reading a theology book, which is also good. Like abstaining is good, but it's not the spiritual discipline that fasting is. And so when I fast, here's what I'm saying, right? I am saying, Lord, you can have my body, Romans 12, a reasonable act of worship. Like I am sacrificing something that is good as food, something that is as necessary as food, something as fundamental as food. And I'm saying, I'm going after something better. I'm going after something more necessary. I'm going after something more essential. And so when we ask the question, what is fasting? It is incorporating our body into a holistic hungering for God. Thanks, y'all. We'll talk again tomorrow.